Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you all doing today? Come on in, come on in. Happy Thursday. I'm going to give this a few seconds. Come in and join me. Say hello. Let me know where you're joining from. If you're new here, drop a 2 in the chats. If you're new into my space and you're new to seeing me live, drop a 2 in the chat. Make sure I can see the comments. All right, y'all. So as you come in, say hello. Let me know where you're joining me from. If you're new here, drop a 2 in the chat. If you are the OG, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And today I want to talk about, why as leaders, whether you're a business leader, a organizational leader, or a business leader, you have your own business, how, why you need to stop. Why a quick fix is not the solution. It's just a band-aid. Okay. Couldn't get that out, but it's all good. I was able to get it out finally. But yes, today I want to talk about OG in the house. Yes, yes. Welcome, S. Maxwell. Thank you so much for joining me. I love seeing comments come up because, I don't mind going live. I don't mind talking on camera. I love to be, more vocal than writing. And but I want to make sure that I'm talking to other people as well, too, because it's like, I'm just talking to myself. But so thank you for being here, S. Maxwell. So today I'm talking about why you as a organizational leader or business leader needs to understand that a quick fix is not the solution, is just a band-aid. And I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on that topic. And why I'm bringing this topic up because I've served 22 plus years in the United States Air Force, and I've experienced where leaders wanted myself and other individuals to just like, hey, we need to get this item fixed quickly. And I get it. Sometimes that's the case, but you have to think of long term. But let's get into it. Let me introduce myself. And for me, it's all about how can I help you to build better leaders to build a better business. And that is what I help you do. So let's talk about how, as an organization, as a business, how you can go beyond the management. Okay. And that means go beyond management by building better leaders for a better business. And in order to build better leaders and have a better business, we can't just focus on the quick fixes. Okay. So welcome. I am Shevvy Mac, your leadership development coach, expert, and I help organizations and businesses to increase employees' performance, productivity, and retention so that they are ready and prepared to take on future roles in your organization or in your business. Okay. All right. So a quick fix is not the solution, it's just a band-aid. Okay. So as leaders, I definitely understand if you're running your own business, if you're executive leader in an organization, sometimes you have a lot of fires that you have to put out. And being in the serving in the military, because I'm no longer in the military, I definitely have experience where I am running, a fitness operation, or whether that a food service operation or readiness operations, being the superintendent and, leaders above. It's like, hey, we need to get this done ASAP. I definitely understand that concept. I definitely understand when there's time is of the essence. Life is at stake, mission critical. I get it. Let's do what we need to do, but also we need to come back and make sure that that quick fix is not something that we expect to be here for a long time, but is just a fix to just kind of get us to a point. But then we also have a plan in place to remove that quick fix and create something that's sustainable. So let's talk about it. So I want you to think about your organization, your business right now, and just think of what are the things that are impacting your organization from being productive, from having the performance that you desire, from keeping the people that you truly want to keep in place because they are amazing. But there's something going on in your organization that is impacting their feelings, their emotions of whether or not they want to work for your organization or for your business, and they're leaving. So I want you to think about what is it that you could be doing as the leader of your business, the C of your business, or the leader of your organization. What is it that you are doing that is impacting the people, the performance, the productivity, and the profit. Because you may be feeling pressure from all the things that you have to do. And I understand because I've been in a position, leadership position, where I am leading, 18 plus people, 100 plus people, overseeing 100 plus individuals, different operations, making sure supporting customers, 4,000 customers in with events and so forth. So I definitely understand when there's someone above you and they're expecting things to just rapidly go, and you're like, we can't make that happen, but they still are demanding things to happen. And that could be from your customers who are expecting things. So now you want to like put in a quick fix to appease your customers. You want to put in a quick fix to appease the leader above you. From a business perspective, you want to put in a quick fix to appease your employees. So there's a lot of different things that you may be feeling pressure to execute and get done, but it's not helping you as a leader. It's not helping the performance of your team, the productivity of your team, and also it's not helping your profit as well too, because you're just doing a quick fix. And a quick fix is just something that's just temporarily. It's not something that's sustaining. I'll give you all a quick example. So when I was on active duty, I was overseas and I was running the fitness operation. So with the fitness operation, you have a lot of different, if you haven't been in a hospitality space, fitness operation, food operation, lodging operation, it is high movement going on. But in the fitness operation, I was responsible for $1 million operations, a team. I think my team at the time was about 18, including military and civilians. And then we had customers coming through the door. We had events that we have to so a certain amount of events that we had to host every single month. Plus, there were still requirements that customers like, hey, we would love to have this. We would love to have this. And then when you have leadership who is responsible to someone else as well too, because again, there's a hierarchy of leaders. And I'm just sharing my example, and this is something that you may be experiencing in your organization or maybe in your business, to where it's like there's pressure from whether that's customers, leaders above you. It all depends on your situation. And as I was leading the fitness center operation, again, I'm responsible for all these things. I still have people that I'm responsible for, making sure they're doing their jobs. And I had this one leader, because again, customers are going to request things. They're going to like, hey, this would be a nice to have. And sometimes when things are nice to have is nice, but doesn't mean we need to have those things. Okay. And I'm all about making sure our customers are receiving the best quality services, experience, all the things, because without our customers, hey, we're not going to be in business. And a lot of customers saying they would love a CrossFit type gym. And because it was a brand, the Air Force, we could not use that title CrossFit. We could create something very similar, but we could not say, hey, this is a CrossFit facility. But the leader above me wanted to make sure that we created something, but they wanted it to be rushed and make it happen because they were getting pressure from someone else. And I had to tell this leader, like, I understand that this is what they want, but doing this quick fix is not going to solve the problem. Like, we have to do research, we have to order equipment. But no, this individual was like, let's create the room. Let's do this. Like, so pulling equipment from different locations within a facility to make this happen. And when it turned, in the end, it is not what the customers wanted. It did not fit their requirement, because again, it wasn't a CrossFit setup. So all of that work, pulling people, moving equipment, creating something that now the customer's like, this is not what we really want. So as you think about your situation, really think of, what am I doing that is impacting my people in a way that is not effective by doing these quick fixes? Because when you're doing these quick fixes, what happens? That means your people are going to be working 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times harder, to course correct this little quick fix that you just put a bandit on. Okay. So some of the issues that you may be impacted by when it comes to just quick fix, it could be with your people. So think about what are some quick fixes that you're doing when it comes to your people. Do you have people who are not, showing up to work? Do you have people who are not communicating effectively with each other, or with you as well too? Also, conflict. Maybe there's someone who is Okay, let me know if you're still with me because my internet something went out because it was just going around in circle, but I am back. Let me know that you can still hear me. Let me know that you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me because I'm not sure what happened. But okay, hopefully you can still hear me. So as I was sharing, when it comes to, you know, doing a quick fix within your business, within your organization, are you doing a quick fix when it comes to your people? Um, Maybe there's someone who is not your cup of tea. And you're like, I'm going to pass this on to this specific leader. So you're just passing the buck. You're passing this person who you may see as a difficult person to work with over to someone else, instead of actually sitting down, having a conversation with the person, holding them accountable, and setting boundaries, setting expectations, and so forth. So you can't just pass that individual on to someone else and expect things to be normal. Expect that person behavior to change. You have to step into that leadership role and do what you have to do. And that starts with having that necessary conversation with that person from day one, especially when the behavior is getting to a point where it's impacting not only the individual, but is also impacting other people within the environment. So yes. All right, let's see what S. Maxwell just said. She said temporary fixes, especially to customer service and operations, can leave a long-lasting effect of bad reviews and loss in revenues, which can take a long time to rebuild. Exactly. Exactly. So whether you are doing a quick fix for your customers, your employees, your, for performance, your productivity, and your profit, it's going to cost you more long term. So yes. Okay. Still here. Good to know, because on my end, it was just a circle. So I'm glad that you are still here. So thank you for that. So yes, as I was saying, when it comes to a quick fix, it could be with your people. Again, if there's communication issue, are you having these conversation with them? Is it for performance? What is the type of what type of quality or quality work are your people doing? Or are you just like, okay, we're just going to do the bare minimum? Or are they giving the bare minimum, and then you're just kind of letting things just continue on the path of just giving the bare minimum? Because what happens when you have people who are not performing to their level or the expectations that is required per the requirement, per the description of that specific role? What happens? A lack of responsibility, inadequate work. Also, when it's productivity, people are taking longer to complete a task than what is actually required. Number of items being completed is not where it needs to be. And then your profit. Your profit will be impacted because you're trying to do a quick fix of, the people, the performance, the productivity, which impacts your profit. So as you navigate leading in your business, you navigate leading in your organization, really think of what are the things that you are doing right now that you're just putting a bandit on. Okay, I'm going to fix this right here just for now. And then you're moving on to the next thing. I'm just going to do this just for now. Think of long-term sustainable growth. And if you are looking long-term sustainable growth, this internet is acting up today, y'all. If you're thinking of long-term sustainable growth, because that is my focus, to help you as a as a business owner, as an organizational leader, is to really look at how can we make sure that we have the structure and the processes and the right people in the right positions to ensure that we continue to have increased productivity, increased performance, and also higher retention rate. And that comes with leaders not trying to just fix, things quickly with a quick band-aid. Like, for example, saying, knowing that your people needs training, but you're gonna bring in, a 1 day training or a couple hours of training to correct it and say, hey, we did training, we provided training. Okay, that was just the initial. That was just a tip of the iceberg. But you have everything underneath the iceberg that are going on with your people, with their performance, their productivity, and also your profit that you need to correct. So stop thinking of what's on the surface of what the outside world is seeing. Think about, okay, what's going on internally with my people, with their performance, with productivity, and even for you as the leader. What is going on with you so to the point where you don't have the space to take time to fix and provide a solution, a long-term solution? Because, excuse me, quick fixes, they're not the solution. They're just a temporary fix. And then what happens? It gets bigger. That problem gets bigger. So as the leader, as the owner of your business, really think of, okay, what am I doing right now to make sure when it comes to my people that I provide them with the training, the tools that they need for sustainable growth? What am I doing to ensure that their performance, the quality of their work is up to par? Their productivity, is it time being spent just doing nothing? And also, how is it impacting the profit for the business, for the organization? So as you come across another problem, really think of, okay, how can we fix this problem? Because the problem is not just yours to fix. Bring on your team members. Ask them, like, hey, this is what we have going on. What are your thoughts? Somebody within that circle, within your group, more likely has an amazing idea, thought process to help you resolve that problem for long-term success and not just a quick fix. Okay? Let me know if there are any questions. Today, I just want to kind of hop on here to talk about why we need to move away from a quick fix. If it's an emergency, yes, do what you need to do to make sure it is fixed very quickly, reduce any risk factors, mitigate any risk. Yes, by all means. I'm not saying eliminate quick fixes. I'm just saying make sure that when you do that quick fix, what do you have in place to make sure that this quick fix is not a permanent quick fix? It's a temporary quick fix that you have a plan to correct to make sure that it's sustainable. You have a backup, you have something to put in place for that within a couple of days, within a couple of weeks, not 3, 6, 5, 10 months later or a year later, and you're like, hey, we keep fixing this same problem over and over and over. Then you're wasting time, you're wasting money, you're wasting resources, you're adding more stress to yourself. So really look at what you have going on as the leader. Identify what quick fixes am I doing right now, but it's not impacting my people effectively. It's not impacting performance effectively. It is not impacting productivity effectively. And it's not impacting profit the way you would love for it to impact your profit. Okay. So if there are no questions, right now, that's okay, but you can always come back and drop some questions in the chat. If you're watching this later on, #replay. And if you would love to get support from me when it comes to leadership development, training, mentorship, coaching, or facilitating for your business or for your organization, so that you can increase performance, productivity, and retention of your people, then definitely reach out to me, because I definitely can support you. Bringing my 22 plus years of active duty Air Force. I have a background in training. I have a background in education, being in the classroom, in person, virtually. So definitely you are going to be working with someone who brings not only leadership, but also the training and development piece in the educational space as well too. But if you're like, yes, Shevvy, I need support when it comes to leadership development of myself and my people, definitely reach out to me. You can click the link in this um, live and book a 30-minute free session where it's a consultation where we just spend 30 minutes connecting, but also learn about your challenges. And excuse me, and I will share with you how I can support you. And also, I'm going to be doing a workshop next month, which is really going to be focused on how to build better leaders for better businesses by cultivating the culture and the environment, especially using neuroscience. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I think I'm more than likely, it might be the first week of April, so stay tuned. But yes, if you're in the space of leadership, development for yourself or for your team, just reach out by clicking the link to book a call, or you can just send me a private message if you would like. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I will be here every Thursday. That is my plan, around 2:00 Central Time. But if there's any other questions that you may have later on, or you don't want to post it here and you just want to send me a private message, by all means, I would love that. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. #Tuesday. And again, I am Shevvy Mack, your leadership and development expert with 22 plus years of military services from the United States Air Force. And now I partner with organizational leaders and business owners to increase their employees' performance, productivity, and retention through training and development, consulting, coaching, and facilitating. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining and have an amazing Thursday. See y'all.